Want to get free godlies in Murder Mystery 2? Make sure to check out the Discord server, linked below. Yo, what's going on guys? Waffles here, back with another Murder Mystery 2 video, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be counting down the top 10 godly knives. Now, I do have to specify that because we're going to be doing a separate video counting down the top 10 godly guns. I also do have to say that no chromas are on this list. I've only added normal godlies because chromas are their own thing, but I feel like most people like godlies more at this point in time. Of course, this is my opinion, and if you have a different opinion, which most of you will, feel free to comment it down below. I'll probably be looking at some comments, seeing what other people think. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Now, that being said, let's just jump right in with number 10, which is going to be the Flames knife. Now, this knife was originally an ancient knife that was crafted with the water fire orb, which you got from salvaging heat and ties respectively, as well as 2 godly shards, and 1 godly metal, I believe. I could be wrong on that. It's been a while. This is no longer craftable, and the only way to get it is by trading. And on that point, I think Nicholas should add another craftable ancient because it's been a while. Just saying. Just saying. Alright. And that being said, the final fact that I have about flames, other than it being really cool because it's literally like a fire sword, like look at it. It's literally a fire sword. The sword is on fire. I don't know why. That just always was cool to me. But it's currently worth 75 seers, and it might go up over time. This was originally introduced in 2016, so it's been around for roughly 4 years now. Alright, getting into number 9, which is going to be one of the more unique knives as well, which is a candy knife. Now, this is literally a candy cane, and it originated in the 2015 Christmas event. Now, the way you got it was the Christmas event knife box, and this was the very first and last event to have its own respective knife and gun box for an event. Like, it had its own knife box and its own gun box. It was really cool. And you got this from unboxing it, which is awesome. It's currently worth 150, and it goes up and down in value, but I think it's always been around the 150 range, which is kind of interesting. And it really just made this list because it's just, I mean, look at it. It's really unique. It's literally a candy cane, which I find pretty cool. Alright, getting into number 8 on the list, which is going to be the pumpkin. Now, you might be wondering how, like, I judge what's cool and what's not, and how I made this list. I spent like 30 minutes looking at the value list at every knife that was a godly in the game. And, I kind of went like, when this was introduced, was there something, like, really cool, something really, like, unique about it? And that's really what makes the list, you know? And what was unique about this, and what is still pretty cool about it, is it's the only pumpkin-themed knife, like directly pumpkin-themed, you know? But also, when it was introduced back in 2017 for the Halloween event, it was so big that if you walk through a doorway, the knife will get stuck in the ceiling, and there's some gameplay on that. I think Tofu has some gameplay on that, so just search up Pumpkin MM2, I'm sure you'll find it, but it was really that big that it gets stuck in the ceiling, which was really cool. And the way you got this knife was by unboxing it. It was the godly in the 2017 Halloween box, which was pretty cool, and it's currently worth 40 godlies, and it's a tier 1, just in case you're wondering. I think this is the only tier 1 that made the list, which is actually pretty unique. Alright. That being said, let's jump into number 7, which is going to be the Hollow's Edge, which was the year before Pumpkin's Halloween Unboxable. This was the 2016 Halloween Unboxable. It is currently worth 110 seers. It's pretty cool. This was the second ever Halloween event, and I think what was most unique about this is, like, it started its own kind of, like, theme. Like, you know how, there's the Hollow's Edge, and then there's the Hollow's Blade, and then there's the leaderboard rewards, which is the red hollows, gold hollows, silver hollows, and bronze hollows. And those were the first ever leaderboard reward items that came out, I think, 2018, if I'm not mistaken, which was pretty cool. Or 2017. Honestly, it's been so long, I don't remember what year the first leaderboard was, and I apologize for that. But yeah, this was the unboxable for the godly. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like I said, currently worth 110 and 2016. So let's just jump right into number 6. We're going through these really quick, but number 6 is going to go ahead and be the Battle Axe 2. Now you might be wondering, this is the second version of a knife. Why did this make it? It's unique because it was the very first Battle Pass tier, like top final tier item in Murder Mystery 2. This was the first year, which is I believe this was 2018. Yeah, the 2018 Halloween event battle pass. This was tier 100. It is worth 110 seers, and it's just really unique because it was the first ever battle pass. Ever since then, we've had a battle pass every event, which is Christmas and Halloween. Will we get another Halloween battle pass? I'm not really sure. I couldn't say, to be honest, because I don't know. But it kind of started that trend, which is why I find it to be really cool. I also bought this. It cost about $70 if you wanted to buy this day one with no candies, like just buy the candies and get it. It cost me about $70, and I did that. And I think ever since then, I've bought the battle pass to the final tier every year, and that is, of course, 2018 and 2019, because we haven't gotten 2020 yet. All right, moving into number 5. We're in the top 5 now. We have the spider knife. This was the very first Halloween event, the very first event in Murder Mystery 2, and this was the Godly Unboxable for Halloween of 2015. 5 years ago almost. Yeah, time flies so fast, dude. This is one, like I said, this is the Halloween event box. It was the very first Halloween event, and it's currently worth 105 seers. It's pretty unique. It's literally a spider knife. You might notice it from games like Assassin, since it's also an assassin, but yeah, it's a really cool knife in my opinion, and I think it's one of the slimmer godlies, which is why it's also like pretty small. Like, it might look big on the screen, but it's actually relatively small in hand, which is kind of weird. Moving on to number 4. We're in the top 5 now. Like, we're just going through them like really fast, but here's number 4. You guys may have heard me say this is my favorite knife. Honestly, it probably is my favorite knife, just because it's literally a Christmas tree. I think that's the most unique. Other than like the candy cane knife, which is candy, it's probably the most unique godly knife, I think. I could be wrong. You guys might have different opinions, but it's literally a Christmas tree, dude. It has the gifts on the bottom, and then it also has like a star on top with ornaments. It's pretty cool. I don't know why. I just find it really cool, which is kind of interesting. This is currently worth 55 seers. It dropped down from 75, unfortunately. And the way you got this was actually a craftable back in the 2015 Christmas event, first ever Christmas event. You crafted it for 75 gifts, and the gifts were kind of like the coins, because like you got, I think, gifts for, I don't remember if they dropped on the floor, if you got them from being like, you know, like random drops back when there were item drops in MM2. I think that's how you got it, but honestly, I didn't play that event because I didn't start playing until 2017, 2016, around there. But yeah, it's a really cool knife. It is arguably my most used knife. JD or Eternal 4 might beat that, though, as just using knives. Alright, number 3, this is for bronze if this was like the Olympics. This is top 3. We are in the top 3 now, and the third place is going to be Pixel. Now, this was released back in 2016 with an item pack. It's the only item pack godly that made the list. It is literally a Minecraft pixel sword. Like, that is honestly the most distinctive, like, looking, recognizable sword, I think, in the game. Anybody, or I guess it's knife, but it's really a sword. I think anybody who's ever seen Minecraft or ever played it knows that this literally looks like a Minecraft sword, which is pretty cool. Very unique. The item pack only lasted for a limited time, which is why the only way to get it now is trading, and it is currently worth 105 seers in godly value. Now, to move on to the bronze, second place, it's actually a more recent-ish knife, but I think it's kind of special. I believe I unboxed one of these, but it's, once again, been so long that I don't specifically remember, but that knife is gonna be the Bone Blade Godly. Not Chroma. Once again, we're not doing Chromas, but Bone Blade was released as one of the Halloween event unboxable godlies. Obviously, there was also the Chroma Bone Blade, but once again, that's not on the list. This was back in the 2018 Halloween event, the same year that the Battle Pass was first introduced. I think 4 godlies made that event. Like, there was the Battle Pass, the item shop pack, there was the unboxable, and I think maybe a craftable. I don't really remember, but there was like 4 godlies that you could get, on top of leaderboard reward prizes, which was awesome. This is currently worth 130 seers. It's a very like sleek looking knife. It's kind of like a pirate knife, you know? Looks very cool, which is why it has made my top 2. And now, drum roll please, the number 1 knife on my list, and arguably there are some cooler ones, but I went with this for a specific reason, and that is going to be eternal. The very first one, we are not using any of the recent ones, and the reason for that was because they all basically came off of this knife. This is the trend that has gone on for 4+ years now, which is the Eternal knives. This was introduced back in 2016 as the very first Shop MM2 promotion. If you bought some of the Murder Mystery 2 merch, you would have gotten the Eternal knife. It is currently worth 130 series, and it started a trend. There are now a total of 5 Eternals. There's Eternal 1, or like just Eternal, Eternal 2, Eternal 3, Eternal Kane, and Eternal 4. Of which I have purchased Eternal 2, Eternal 3, and Eternal 4. I've never purchased the other 2, unfortunately. Never got the chance. But yeah, it is just honestly a very cool, sleek looking knife. And this knife is actually supposed to be based off of the sword Excalibur, which some of you guys might know from like games, fairy tales, stories, that kind of thing. Excalibur is actually like a very well-known knife, and yeah, it's supposed to be like the evil version of it, I guess. It kind of has like some horns and stuff on the knife. It's a very cool looking knife in my opinion, which is why it has made my top 1 position. Of course, if you have some other opinions, I'd love to know them down below. But that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have enjoyed this Murder Mystery 2 video. If you have, consider liking and subscribing, and I'll see you guys in another video soon. Peace out.